I'm fishing the Rainy River in Minnesota. There's about an 85-mile stretch of river that separates Canada from Minnesota. I'll be checking out the public launch ramps, fishing piers, and a bunch of shore spots in between. This video covers 3 days of fishing, 2 days in a row, and then I return 10 days later. I don't use any live bait, no dead bait, just artificial baits only. Trying to catch walleye and whatever else bites.
Moon eye in the corner of the mouth.
Just fishing from shore and public docks. Let's start with a mandatory stop at Willie the Walleye. There's even a selfie stand in front of him. In this video, I'm going to fish my way along the Rainy River from here in Baudette all the way to International Falls. I'm going to be stopping at some of the public launch ramps, fishing off some of the public piers, and I've always wanted to do this. Most of these areas, except for 2 that I've stopped at, I've never fished before, so it's kind of an information gathering day. So I'm going to start here. There's a couple public fishing piers here that you can fish off of. I made a few casts around here. It's kind of shallow out there, but soft bottom, didn't feel any rocks or anything. Definitely seems like a springtime spot. But a nice fishing pier. It's right off the road. Off to the next spot. As I'm driving up here, that's the border right there, and then you just take a right, and then this is the launch ramp. Drive down here. Show ya. Little beach area here. This is the launch ramp. Nice. Make a couple casts off the dock. Brought my rod here, left the other gear in the truck. This is what the launch ramp looks like. And it ends right there. That's where I need to be, huh? I need to be somewhere right up there. There's a campground here, right next to the boat ramp, and a fish cleaning shack. This is currently locked. A lot of space inside there, big table. And it's directly across from the access. So you turn in, big double lane ramp with a fishing pier. It is a small fishing pier, but it technically counts as a fishing pier. There's the tie up, places to tie up. Nice ramp. This is Vidas Access. I've got a few picnic tables here and a place to barbecue. So access comes down here. So you got 2 lanes there. Really nice. You actually have some shoreline down there to fish. There, finally got one. Just slow rolling a Car City swim bait out there in the current. There we go. That's a nice one. Look at that. There's a nice Rainy River walleye. You hold it out, make it look a little bit bigger. Maybe this evening bite here, sunsetting, is going to turn on. I'm going to be keeping fish tomorrow, not today. Sauger. Maybe that night bite, I don't know if it's the spot or just the, you know, the time of day is right. Another one. Just as it's getting dark out. Really nice. Oh, there. They are biting, but as soon as that sun kind of went down. They are chewing right now. There's another one. Just hitting that Car City in the moon eye jig. It's getting pretty dark. Good morning. It is about 7 in the morning, downtown International Falls. I'm gonna go grab a coffee, something to eat. It was a little tough fishing yesterday, but finally got to see some of those areas of the Ranier River and did get on to a nice walleye bite at sunset.
Yeah.
Little breakfast sandwich. Very nice. Pretty cold. 34 degrees.
Really? Yep.
It's getting colder. 30 degrees. Down here, see if I show the morning walleye bite is. It's pretty chilly, but without the wind, just the flannel's fine. It's pretty cold though. Should have fished here yesterday, but I just kind of ran out of time. This is one spot I wanted to fish. There we go. Slow rolling the half-ounce jig on the bottom there. We got a pike. All right, not a walleye, but it's a fish to start the day. All right. one. Got one. All right. Reedy Flats access. And this is what the launch ramp looks like. Caution power loading. Ooh, this one's steep. So if you're launching here, you want to be careful. That's a steep ramp. There is additional parking across the street. I'll make a few casts off the dock. You have a little bit of public shoreline access here. Deep this is. In the bottom already? Another fish. Huh. Yeah. Huh. All right. Oh, little walleye. There he goes. Okay, he's right there. First cast, a fish. This is one of the fishing piers I always wanted to make a few casts on. And across the river here on the Canadian side is the Sorting Gap Marina. That's where the Canadian Bass Championship takes place. I fished that with my dad a number of times, and my cousins have won it a few times. Looking forward to fishing that again sometime. Here is the access if you are on the American side. We're above the dam if you are fishing Rainy Lake. And you have a dock there to tie up. And this is the fishing pier. I always wanted to make a few casts on this thing. Railroad bridge way up there. There's another launch ramp up there I'll go take a look at next. This is a big fishing pier. Wow, a lot of space. Oh, is that person's line again? Let's see if I can see what they... Oh, what the heck? Big log. Feels like I have somebody's line. Yeah, that's what it is. I have somebody's line that's on that log. There, got it. If you are fishing from here, be aware that there are a lot of trees and I think logs out in front of this thing. A lot of snags. The logs or tree snags out in front of here. If you do fish from here, just be aware of that. I'm gonna head down the river, but before that, I'm gonna go check out the launch ramp near the railroad, and then there's one shore spot. I'm really curious to see if I can get a walleye out of that, then the river. Here is the ramp, and will not be shore fishing here. Here's the ramp. Walk out here, get a little better look at it. And the train bridge is right there. So you just go up, go to the right, and you're into the lake. This is Reedy Lake, Tilson Bay, public launch ramp and fishing pier. A 2-lane launch ramp and a pretty big fishing pier out there. Parking is across the street, so the parking lot is over there. I will not be fishing this fishing pier. Maybe in the springtime I'd fish this, definitely not right now. Parking space is there. And then here's the ramp. Is it decent? Okay. And it goes out here. Yeah, I'm not gonna fish here. It's a little too shallow. I thought might have a little bit more drainage through here to have a little bit of current, but that's not the case. All right, since I can't get a bite here, I can get a bite back in town at Dairy Queen before heading to the river. Here's the harbor. Nice double lane launch ramp, looks like maybe a handicap accessible. Parking up there. And they do have shore fishing up there in the point. There's the public fishing pier. It feels like I'm in a boat. I just feel like I'm out. Some walleye chop standing out here. Here we go. A big gravel parking lot. This is a long backing down. We have a small slice of public land here, just enough to make a couple casts. Got a good rock to stand on. First cast. Decent one. Ooh. There. Easy release. Alright, so basically what I'm doing, so cast as far as I can. Count 1, 2, 3, 4. It's on the bottom. Little snap, reel up slack, drops, little snap, reel up slack, snap, just like that. Sometimes a little shake and a snap. This is a 1/4 ounce weight, 3-inch Crush City Mayer swim bait. That's a nice one. Another one. About the same size, and a nice one. Go. Just hitting that Crush City swim bait. Go. It feels a little bigger. Maybe not. Maybe it's just. Boy, it does feel a little bit. Oh yeah, nice one. Should have had the. Yeah, that's a big one. Oh yeah. Look at that one. That's kind of what came out here for. Boy, that's a nice one, especially from shore. You see, just ate the. Look at that. That one. That's a better one. Nice. Okay, it is about 5:30 in the morning, hitting the road to go fish the river one last time this year. It'll take me about 3 hours to drive up there. Rods are rigged, everything is ready. I'm gonna try some swim baits and some crankbaits. Aiming for a nice mid 20-inch walleye up there and learn a little bit more about the system, but looking forward to it. Made it here. Drive is pretty easy in the morning. The temperature isn't too bad. At low 40s right now. Walking to the first spot. It's 8:30 now. I'll fish until dark. Try to time the weather right. Rained a few days ago and then it got really cold, so hopefully the shiners moved into the river good. Kind of a later season than normal. But whatever happens today happens. If it's just eater size walleye, that's fine. Still learning the system. I'll be back here in the spring. Starting with a mooch minnow on an 1/8 ounce jig head. Got a little bit of current coming through here. It's pretty shallow there. I fished the spot before. So I'm just gonna kind of lightly hop it through the current. Hopefully I don't snag any logs. Oh, first snag. That didn't take long. Jeez. Got it. The old snap the line trick worked. All right, so I have a current seam right here. And it goes like that. And then you have the main current, the main river current is out there going that way. Then it kind of goes like, loops around and goes here. Time to make a change. I'm going to throw a 1/4 ounce moon eye jig with a 3-inch Crush City, the Mayor swim bait. A couple different colors here. So I'll kind of alternate between these two. See if I can get some bites on this. I think this point goes out, so I can kind of swing this into the point over the rocks. If there's any walleyes out here in the seam. Yep, there's one. Doesn't feel big, but yeah, there we are. Oh, it's a sauger. Got a sauger to start the day. Just kind of the cool patterns on these fish. Just gonna swing it out in the current. That way. Turn around. There you go. And I'll try this spot. Another little rock outcropping with the current seam. That didn't do well. I'm gonna next spot. I'll try right there. Okay, that's 2 hours of fishing with one small sauger. They are not in this area, at least not biting what I'm throwing. Maybe they are way upriver, way downriver. I'm gonna try a different area. It'll take me a little while to walk to it, so the search goes on. It's like a mix of rock. Oh, you're really easy to twist your ankle on this stuff, especially when you can't see where you're going. I'm just trying to take some very careful steps. Try to get back up on a trail here. Yep, I can make it up this. Yeah, this works. Oh, little one. Oh my gosh. It's a walleye. Not a big one, but go. All right, well, I'll figure it out. Got a little spot here. I got some public land. Not much, but I got a little stretch out here and nobody's fishing here, so I'll make a few casts and go to the next spot. That's a fish right off the, feels real small. Just slow rolling the Crush City out here. There we go. Nobody using the ramp. If I see a truck pull in, I'm gonna move all my stuff off and I'll go fish over there. And if I see any boats coming in, all my stuff goes off and I'll be fishing over there. That's somebody's line. That's bad. Oh, no, I got it. What the hell? Somebody's line in. Oh, that's ugly. Snap jigging. Nice little rock pile out here. Cold one. So that counts for something. Oh, just swam itself back on shore. Oh my gosh, dude, other way. Not a bad one. That's a real skinny one. Really beat up. Oh my God. Of course, this happens when the fish are biting, but has this also happened to you? Your bait is sitting on the bottom while you're trying to get the knots out, you reel up your line, and there's a fish on it. Oh. Yeah, it's gotta be a pike. A bad one. Oh, nice walleye. Ooh, that's more what we're after. Ooh, there we are. That's more what. That one. I think that made the day. I think that just made the day. Look at that. Just choked. That's a nice one. The highlight of the day. I didn't think I'd get one like this, but that's a nice one. That one feels pretty big. Oh, geez. Oh, yeah. There we go. That one. That's another. Chomp, slow rolling the swim bait. Right there. Just chewed it. Oh, that's a big fish. That's another big one. It's either a big pike or a big walleye. Let's see what we got. I loosened up or backed up the drag. Yeah. Oh, that's a gotcha. All right. There. Nice pike. Just got the moon eye in the corner of the mouth. Oops. There's a nice pike. Happy to get this one in. Wow. It's definitely a much better trip than last time. This is a good one. Oh. All right. And I think so many of these spots are just, I think it's timing. And there's so many areas along this river that look good and probably are good at some time, and that can change throughout the day, the week, and the season. Have 3 or 4 different baits, and you fish for about 20 minutes, maybe half an hour max, to really work the area and move to the next spot. Hopefully in the spring I'll be out here in a boat as well. I want to fish it in the spring from shore and from a boat. And of course, if you have a boat out there, you're going to catch a lot of fish. You can expect 10 to 20 times better than whatever I did from shore. Rainier River is awesome.